Survive a bit of a comeback on the Clippers' end on this one. No Austin Reeves or Rui. Norman Powell left this one in the first. LeBron finished with 17-9-5. Luka 29-9-6. Kawhi with 33 and 10 rebounds. 15-3. Excuse me, for the Lakers over their last 18. A 6-game winning streak is happening, and they are in the 2 seed right now in the Western Conference. Lou, man. We liked those odds last week. They're just going to get lower and lower. How we feeling about them coming out of the West?
2 seed, Lou.
Come on.
I still like OKC, but you got to admit, Luka was there. Luka was in the finals last year, and pairing him up with LeBron, it looks like this is something that's going to work. I don't know how long this window is going to be open for the Lakers, but it's damn sure open right now, and they're playing really good basketball. So they're continuing to put pressure on the top. I don't see them catching OKC. I think that this is going to probably be one of those matchups. I still like Denver. I still like the Clippers if they can get it together and put themselves in a run. But the Lakers are looking good. I thought they didn't have enough. I thought they didn't have enough size to compete at the level they're competing at. Obviously, they don't need it. They're playing this small ball, and they're playing it at a high clip with LeBron playing the 4, the 5. A lot of times when he's out on the floor and allowing Luka to be the guy who's going to facilitate the offense, it's been something that's worked for him. And so if you haven't before this moment, you got to start taking this Lakers team serious right now.
You know what's interesting to me, too, is the Lakers, they trade Anthony Davis and Max Christie, 2 really good defenders.
Yep.
For Luka, who's not necessarily known as a lockdown defender, and they have the best defense now, the last 20 games.
Can you explain that, though? Because
it shows you it's
makes sense.
Well, it could be a little help with the schedule. If they're healthy, it should just be honestly just effort and buying into what they have. They have such a good setup now where they've added Dorian Finney-Smith, who's a great defender. Vanderbilt is now healthy. Rui can lock in. And LeBron James is literally playing at, we talked about this last week, he's playing at an all-defensive level, which is nuts to say at 40 years old. So it's almost like offensively, we know they're so good. They have playmakers with Luka and LeBron. Then when they're out, Austin Reeves just seamlessly turns into this #1 option, and he's the guy they go through. So they have all these pieces that fit offensively, and when everyone touches the ball and everyone feels like they're part of the offense, it's contagious to play defense and give effort. And that's what this team's doing, because they got worse personnel-wise defensively, and they got so much better. So to me, that's just effort.
It's
for sure.
It's a weird
puzzle. Bron and Luka are taking on the challenge and taking it personally. They hear the rumblings. Everybody else, Jackson Hayes is like, can I ask who can fill that role? The bigs are like, people are talking like they have no big men. So when they come in, they're like, we got to give energy, we got to play well. So Rui, Austin, they're all playing. Everybody's stepping up offensively and defensively. I think strength of schedule has helped them a little bit, but they're playing really well.
I mean, their 2 losses in that stretch, by the way, were to the Jazz and Hornets, which is a helpful schedule, but weirdly...
the teams they're beating some pretty good teams, even though all those teams aren't 100% healthy. But they won some. I still want to see them against some of the top, like OKC, Houston, Memphis, when healthy. What they look like. So it's hard for me to gauge that, but they are playing well. I did not predict this. They're playing at a level that I did not expect.
Let me ask you this, Danny. You've got that half championship ring with the Lakers. When you look at this Lakers team, do you see something that this could happen?
My prediction a week or so ago was no, I did not. Now I pretty much still think this. I think they're better than I expected them to be, but I still don't think they're coming out of the West right now. So I want to see them match up against those other groups.
It's
healthy.
Insane. Like, on principle alone, I can't put dollars on this. But if I didn't have because it's Lakers and as a Spurs fan, but it's looking really decent at this point. At least to come out of the West. Maybe not to win it all, but to come out of the West seems like a pretty realistic.
Well, they have that experience, too. They have that edge. They have veteran leadership. They have guys that can score. And now, all of a sudden, they're the best defensive team in the NBA. So, yeah, that's going to be a hard out, even for a young, explosive, talented team like the Thunder. These guys have been there before. These guys aren't going to be nervous, and I don't think the Thunder are either. But man, right now those 2 face up in a series. It's gonna be a long one.
It's a lot of experience going up against sort of the newbies, if you will. Trey Jameson's a rookie. He's a center, and he had a quote. Here he is.
I love it. I mean, I say it all the time. I love it. Just that aggressiveness, that just no backing down. You know what I'm saying? Like, you come play us, you have to come fight for this win. Like, literally fight for this win. So when teams know that, hey, it's gonna be no easy game in LA. That's just huge for us, you know what I'm saying? Letting Luka and Bron go kill and let us do our dirty work. I love that.
I mean, that's the gritty mentality.
Listen, again, he knows his role, too, and this offense, too, is set up where it's the next man up. Like I just mentioned, Austin Reeves. Every time Luka or LeBron's been out, Austin Reeves just gets a light 25. Like he's been unbelievable. A guy like Rui goes out last night, no problem. Dorian Finney-Smith and Vanderbilt, they kind of combine to make up the what he gives in production. Dalton Connect now all of a sudden with Austin Reeves out last night, he gets more opportunity and goes and has 19 last night and is aggressive. Has never seen a shot he doesn't like, and that's good when you have guys you're aggressive and you have that mindset as a rookie playing with LeBron and Luka. You can be timid sometimes. He's not. So I think they've built this roster where they're very deep. They have next man. They're missing one or two guys. Next guy's filling. Gabe Vincent's been great. He's struggled since he's been there up until last couple of months. He's been fantastic. He's going to be valuable. And like you said, Jackson Hayes, Luka has been so good with a lob throw. You see what he did with Lively and Gafford setting records of not just getting spoon-fed at the. Jackson Hayes has proven that he can now be that guy, that lob throw he can play with.
Man, it looks so bad right now. I know it's early in this trade, but good Lord. 7.5 minutes. That is the last 7.5 minutes of the second quarter, and the Clippers were scoreless.
That is eternity.
I know. I got to start with you, Lou, because as a fan watching, whether on TV or in this, 7.5 minutes with no points for your team does feel like an eternity. How in the world does that even happen?
I don't even know how that's possible with some of the guys that they have on their team and their ability to score the basketball. 7.5 minutes, that's over half the quarter. Like, you might even be able to get a free throw out of that. Or
was Kawhi sitting down? Like, what happened? I know Norm, I think, only played 9 minutes. I think got hurt. I think Norm got hurt, so he didn't play the whole game.
Somebody to do something.
Yeah, somebody was supposed to do something to the point where, hold on, let's stop this bleeding. Let's get a couple free throws right here or a layup or something like that, and let's figure it out from there. But that was alarming. I didn't see that coming. So the fact that they were able to survive that for 7.5 minutes and only lose this game by 6 points, that was a miracle in itself.
More alarming for the Clippers for me than it. I mean, I give a lot of credit to the Lakers, but I think the Clippers, they made some trades. They brought in Bogey. They brought in Ben Simmons off of buyout. I thought these pieces were going to be great fits for them. They haven't trended well since the break. So, to go 7.5 minutes without scoring, if I'm the Clippers, this is a warning sign.
Yeah, I think 1-5 since the break, too. And obviously, Norman only played 8 minutes last night and then went down. But, again, you mentioned Bogey Bogdanovic. I think he's a guy. That was a sneaky, deadline move where he can be valuable for them. Kawhi Leonard looked great last night. It's happy to see him back to his old self. But, yeah, this team just kind of feels like they're in the middle of the pack, and they have to be healthy to have a chance. And when you lose Norman in the first quarter like that, that's tough.
That is so. By the way, do you need to change sort of? I get that you're focusing on Luka for a lot of this, but in the exchange of that is that there's just a lot of open shots for others. How do you switch that up? How do you change the way you're defensively strategizing for the Lakers now? Because that doesn't seem like that's a long-term work.
To guard Luka or to make Luka guard?
To make Luka guard.
Yeah, I think that's the game. Like,
you got to wear him down.
Look at teams when they play Denver. They are putting Jokic in every action. They're putting Jokic in every pick and roll. He's such a focal point on the offensive end. You have to make him work on both ends. Same thing when you play Dallas now. You're going to see guys trying to go at Kyrie Irving. You're going to see guys go at that guy that has the usage rate, that has the ball in his hands the most time, to not make it easy on him. And so I think Luka, he's obviously used to this. He's seen a little bit of this in Dallas, but it's not going to stop. But, yeah, you're throwing double teams. You're doing different coverages. You're blitzing pick and rolls. You're